think it's going. What do you think, Kitty? You rocking and rolling, little man? Huh? You rock star? You look like one, you little fuzzball. Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome. It's Friday. It's late. It's late on Friday. So, Houston, a problem after dark. And we are super shiny. Look at this thing. Holy smokes. You can see the ring light reflecting in it. Michael Mystery has provided quite a few shiny shirts. They'll be displayed as Shiny Shirt Week stretches on. So day 14 of Shiny Shirt Week. We've got ourselves basically a disco ball pride flag, I believe. And hot damn, it is shiny. Okay, so things that are happening today. UBS may have gone under. Now, there's been no confirmation, but the rumor mill is that they're toast and they're basically insolvent. They have like cajillions upon cajillions of dollars in liabilities they picked up when they absorbed Credit Suisse. Now, the difference is between the way European banks fail and US bank failures is that when the FDIC seizes a failing bank here in the US, they sell off the good stuff to an existing bank and then they basically absorb the bad stuff and go with it. When UBS agreed to take on Credit Suisse, they agreed to take on all the garbage that came with it. Switzerland does not have the population to take on the liabilities that they have. Switzerland's population is like 9 million. It's one of the biggest banks in the world, $1 trillion in assets. And the liabilities involved come something like $15,000 to $20,000 per Swiss citizen will be on the hook if UBS goes down. People trying to withdraw money, like from bank tellers through wire transfers, there was no money. In 2008, on Friday, the banks generally like clear all the cash that's got to go back and forth between all the banks throughout the week. And in 2008, they stopped doing it on Fridays because what they were worried about was that they would send a bunch of money to someone and then Monday morning that bank would have failed. And so what you're noticing is, a couple weeks ago we had that problem where payroll wasn't working for Bank of America and a whole bunch of other banks that there was no cash available for these banks to do this stuff. It's because they're not sending each other money on Fridays like they're supposed to. They're like, well, shit, I need to hold them this cash because I'm not doing too well and they're not doing too well. So I've given them this money, they're going under. Reverse repo has dropped to like 800 billion. So it's lost like $1.4 trillion in reverse repo. It's because there's a liquidity crisis and a credit crisis happening. We're running out of money. And when the reverse repo is done, that means the banks probably don't have any more cash. And it's depleting really, really fast. So, here we sit. Wondering, waiting, trying to see what's happening. The other good stuff, which I've always thought was pretty remarkable. Why is that not? Come on, work. There we go. Oh, and of course it's. Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh. Okay. The other thing is that Ryan Cohen's new book came out. Series of books came out, and they've got some good stuff in it. So, whoops, that's not that. That one. So one of the pages has a whole bunch of price tags on different objects, and you'll notice that these are all upside down, right? So you flip it, and in Hebrew, it says something to the effect of, that's right, we're done. Some say it says true or false. I have my roommate asking his rabbi, because I can't read Hebrew. He can speak Hebrew, but he can't read it. So he's asking his rabbi what it says. But we have little clues like that. And then there's crazy clues where the stuffed animals spell out the word cash. And then you have, where's the butterflies? Let's see if I can find the butterflies. Oh. Some way to do that. All right, well, after it is. Accidental person.
Houston, we have a problem.
Sorry, I totally Okay, turn off the intro before you idiot turn it back on. There we go. All right, stay off. Okay. This one. Come on, get big. There we go. Where we've got hot dog as a C, the bluebird is an A, S, and the chicken, the bear choking the chicken, comes out to cash, $15. So I've never been really the one to be like, oh, look at the tinfoil, but I think he's being really obvious with these right now. That we got $15 cash coming. And I'll accept it. I'll accept the tinfoil on this. It seems pretty standard to me. And then there was one more. Where were you? Oh, it takes me forever to find this crap. Okay, not that. Nope. Nope. Go there. One more. I should have set these up ahead of time, but I was stuffing my face with food to so I can have energy to wear a shiny shirt in front of 50 million viewers, however many we got going on right now. Okay, where are you? Gonna involve some scrolling. Scroll, 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 scroll. And there we go. Here's the other one. All right. Boom. You got GameStop. And then it says game over, game over. You got Toy Store, Legos. But what's interesting is the pretzels, right? The pretzels. What is the pretzel? What does the pretzel look like to you guys? The pretzel is in the shape of something. If you guys can figure it out, let me know. I know much more obvious. Game over. Butterfly pretzels. Come on, man. Come on, man. Dan BBBBY. Welcome to Problem Solver. He says, hey, became a problem solver. Welcome to the club, the green name team. There you go. Meow meow. Okay, everybody. It's time to vote for greatest movie ever. Is it A, Team America World Police, B, Team America World Police, or C, Team America World Police? There's no wrong answer here. I'm so ronery. So very ronery. Can you imagine? All right. North Korea finally, like, the dictatorship finally falls. People are allowed to travel freely. And some North Korean person comes across Team America World Police. Like, whoa, what would their brain do? That's what I want to know. I think it's hilarious. I think it's just the weirdest, most insulting movie ever. What's going on? Benny Money B. Houston. Go to first cash 15 pick, look at the shelf, and O for shelf offering. Okay, gotta go back. Where are you? This one here? No. This one here? No. This one? Yes, this one here. Okay. So we're going to look at the shelf, then an O for shelf offering. That one there. So this cash thing is not, that was added by somebody. So there's O there. O cash, offering cash. So, well, hey, I'll accept anything at this point. Like, we got, I wish there was butterflies on this one. That'd be fantastic. I'll take it. Why not? Why not? It's Friday. We're speculation station for basically ever at this point. And at this point, I don't think we'll see any equity until Bed Bath & Ryan squash the lawsuit, the pump and dump lawsuit. So on Wednesday, was it Wednesday that they filed to take over as plaintiff in the pump and dump lawsuit? Basically, Ryan Cohen said, hey, these people don't have standing. So toss this thing out. And the court was going, the plaintiffs argued that they have shares in 6th Street, thus it gives them standing. The court's going to be like, on that one. But BBBY came in and they said, hey, we have standing as the issuer because no one else has shares. The shares have been quashed, and out of the picture. So that we should have standing. We'll file a superseding complaint, and we'll have, we'll become the plaintiff in this, and we'll prosecute this case. if you go over to the awful short shill, BBBY remastered, those subreddits, you'll see them like, whoa, yeah, fuck that guy, yeah, woo, and they're all super cheering. Even though they're supposed to be, I was supposed to be like GME only guys, they're like cheering on their GME hero getting sued. They seem to think that this is game over for Ryan Cohen. He's absolutely just effed in the A, man. But they don't read the documents. They don't read that in the fee statements were hours and hours and hours of discussions with activist investor, discussions with activist investor regarding lawsuit against activist investor, like hours and hours and hours of these fee statements talking about all this stuff. So here's what I think. I think BBBY gets named plaintiff. They file a superseding complaint to keep the court happy, and then they do an out-of-court settlement like that with Ryan Cohen. Be like, oh, it's fine, we're settled, we're going to drop the case, it's all done, and then it's over. The shills don't seem to understand that Ryan Cohen's the money behind the DIP facility. The DIP facility is paying for BBBY's lawyers, and so he'd basically be suing himself at that point. So where's it going to go? It's a snake eating its own tail. It's over. And so here we are, where we are. I don't think we'll get new equity until the case is out, because they want to be able to tell the court, like, oh, the shares are done, it's toast, they have no standing. And then they hit us with shares in multiple companies, cash, and it's hallelujah time. So if anyone sees the folks who've been suing, spitting their coffee or something, I don't know. They've been wasting our time and ruining our day to realize what we're supposed to realize. Don't spit in their coffee, just spit in their burger. Okay. Meow meow. Hypothetically, if a tanker truck of helium-3 were detonated, would it do major damage? Well, helium-3 is an inert gas. It's a noble gas. So you could blow the thing up and there'd just be a bunch of gas just float in the atmosphere and disappear. You would have to fuse it to do all the crazy damage. The amount of energy it would take to fuse a truckload of that much material would be insane. So if you could come up with that kind of energy, you probably already destroyed the world in the first place. Basically, it would take another truck full of energy of helium to destroy a truck full of energy of helium. It'd be hard to do. Yes. C. Watching you helps my sadness during the recent loss of my partner. Oh, man. I appreciate your shows and fun shirts and just all of who you are. Thanks for being you. C. I've been there. It sucks. Really, 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 really sucks. After Veronique died, I couldn't talk about it for like a decade. I couldn't. I just, I remember going on dates and someone would be like, have you ever been in love before? And I was like, nope. Because I couldn't even open up to them about it. It's brutal. It's brutal. It does a number on you. And I honestly do not know the solution to mourning someone. I don't. I've spoken about this before, but time doesn't necessarily make it better or heal the wounds. It just allows you to develop a new routine, or I don't know, get used to the loss. That's kind of how I see it. And the best I could do was honor Veronique. And how I do that is every day I try to be the person she loved. And, I'm sure she would understand the mourning. I'm sure she would understand the sadness and being lost in that situation. She was surrounded by loss. She lost her mom just before she died, and she was pretty shaken up. But I think that's the only way you can really honor somebody's life, is to remember them and do your best to be that person they loved every day. So yeah, that, and eventually having someone to talk to about it. that helps a lot. It took me a long time to get to the point where I could even open my mouth and talk about it with folks. So I do, when you get to the point where you're ready, therapist, you don't necessarily need to have it be something you dump on your friends. They may understand where you are, but they don't have the tools available. And sometimes it helps to even just talk to a complete stranger you may never even see again. Be like, I just need to dump this onto you and have it out there so that my brain can do its weird subconscious stuff that it will do. So, if I can wear goofy shirts for you, I'll gladly wear goofy shirts for you, man. Thank you. And deepest condolences, big hugs, and be strong, because, you are actually truly never alone in this, because everyone has experienced a loss like that at some point in their life. And for the most part, we just assume like, oh, I'm all alone in this, but you're not. There are people that loved your partner aside from you, friends, family, acquaintances, co-workers. Everyone feels the pain of that, and they all know exactly what you're going through. They may be going through it also in their own unique way, because loss is like a fingerprint. Like, no one deals with it the same way. And most people, I don't think, have ever been taught or developed the coping mechanisms to deal with that stuff. It's because we don't talk about it, right? Like, the people that experience loss like that really young, you get your kids that lose a parent or something, or a sibling or whatever, like, they become more stoics, like they're hardened against it, and they just sort of, and people that had a lovely life and didn't lose much, and they get to a certain age and all of a sudden things just start disappearing. They never had to deal with loss before, and they have no idea what to do when it happens. And we don't really have a very good handle on it in society for kind of preparing people for what it's like, right? It's just sort of happens and everyone's shook, and then no one wants to talk about it. And I don't know what we can do to fix that. I don't know what mechanisms we in place. Like, it seems morbid to, be in elementary school and be like, okay, kids, someday your parents are gonna die. Like, brace them. It seems kind of inappropriate to do that. But at some point, we have to figure out a way that we can deal with this, because it's a reality of life. And I don't know. My mom worked in cancer care for 30 years as an oncology nurse, and she had before that she worked in the AIDS wards before we figured out like the drug cocktails to treat AIDS, for like AZT, and those things came out. And the amount of loss that woman experienced in her life, and I know for a fact that she tried to get as close as she could to every patient she saw, and make them feel comfortable and loved and treated and cared for. And so many just, especially during the AIDS epidemic, I mean, it was a death sentence. So anyone who came in the ward, you were basically like, well, you're going to die. And there's no way to get around that until those drug cocktails came out. And then suddenly all the hospital beds were empty because everyone was living their normal lives again, which was just a miracle. But I know that stuff is like been weighed really heavy on my mom. Like they're, when someone works in cancer care and they're doing chemo and surgeries and stuff, and you're with these patients for weeks and weeks and weeks, you can tell the mood she's in when she comes home if she lost a patient or something. And it's and she has to like buck up. I mean, I can't imagine how people get so used to that. And I hope to never get used to that. Honestly, I don't think I'm strong enough for it. It's an incredible people have to really truly be in those roles. I'm not strong enough for it at all. And so I don't know where I'm rambling now. I'm totally rambling. And the monkey's like hacking up along over there on her bone. But anyway, see, like, big hugs. Be strong. When you're ready, talk to someone about it. And, you know, you'll find your new routine. You will. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of fake it until you make it. Yeah, and like, I'm still emotionally damaged. Like, straight up. If I go on a date, I'd go straight up and tell them, like, hey, I'm emotionally damaged. This happened to me 13 years ago and I've never recovered. So if you can bear with me, we'll get along fine. And most of the time they're like, peace. So just know that, you know, we're all working on it, man. Anyway, let's move on to happier topics and, keep the goofy, sparkly shirtness going. Anonymoth. Can helium be created on Earth? You're the best. Well, we can, but we'd have to fuse hydrogen to do it. And fusing hydrogen is hard because we'd have to, like, take apart water to make the hydrogen, to use the hydrogen to make the helium. So it takes a lot. It's like extra steps along the way. If we could suck hydrogen out of a planet, we could make helium with it doing fusion. But then we might as well just suck the helium out of the planet if we have to go somewhere to do that. So the best bet we have is the highly concentrated helium-3. It's on the lunar surface. So otherwise, we got to create a star to turn all the hydrogen into helium. That'd be brutal. Okay. Boom. Brandon Wells first. There you go. Fabrizio plops in second. G-Font, like and subscribe, folks. Yes, like, subscribe, hit the bell, tell your friends and family, wear a shirt during Shiny Shirt Week. Person named third. Oh, no, you're fourth. But what's for you? Ask Houston, how was your Thanksgiving? I went from about 5 p.m. yesterday until 53 minutes ago without eating any food because I was full all day. Thanksgiving was great. Went to my sister's, surrounded by old people. Got to see Snoopy. Snoopy did not let go of me for hours. He just, like, hugged me and would stare at me and wouldn't let me go. And when he knew I was leaving, he was so mad. He was like, oh, back into the laundry room, huh? But we went for a walk, had a lovely walk on the beach. It was quite windy, but nice and clear and crisp. Normally I bring monkey butt, but I didn't bring monkey butt this year because the ferries are super full. The Washington State ferry system is in, like, complete free fall at the moment. Normally there should be 21 boats going back and forth across Puget Sound for all the different routes, and we have 14. So we've lost 1/3 of the entire fleet to needed maintenance and catastrophic failures. Engines failing, propeller props breaking, electronic systems going out. And so a lot of the ferry runs that should have 2 or 3 boats are running on 1 boat schedules. So the boats are just so packed. Like, the ferries from Kingston to Edmonds, because my sister lives near Edmonds, there and back felt like a refugee boat. Like, there might as well have been, like, goats and chickens walking around. They were so packed with people because there just aren't enough boats in the demand to travel. Like, we should just, I don't know, adopt families. Like, hey, are you a family near ours? Let's do Thanksgiving. Then your family lives near my sister, can do Thanksgiving together, and we'll just do that with all the commuting. But yeah, I had a great time. Ate a lot of food. I'm a fatty boobalatti right now. I still feel like I'm carrying a baby with me. So really got to step up the gym schedule and get back to Buff Houston status because I'm far from it. But yeah, hope your Thanksgivings were all excellent as well. Okay. Money over Mayo. Here's some interesting things on PP Show with OK Bet. I didn't have a chance to see it. I was working. Anonymoth gifted some memberships. Fantastic. Avocados. Bada bap boop pow. I love seeing, like, people that watch the show but never comment and seeing what their names are. Bada bap boop pow. Lawless, Question House, and Daphne. There we go. All right. Welcome aboard, everybody. Okay. J. King Houston, good morning to you and all here for another late night. Great surprise. Can't wait. Just waiting for class to start. It's class. It's Saturday for you, man. Isn't it? Friday night? Wherever you are. Kelly Reed, has anyone seen the UBS delay in processing people's deposits due to unforeseen liquidity challenge at their banks, saying you don't have money is a great way to start a bank run? Bing, 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 bing. Yes. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there's an equity swap that expires on December 15th with 1 quadrillion euros of liability in it. Quadrillion. 999 trillion, 999 billion, 999 million, 999,999.9999999 euros of liability. When that equity swap was written was March of 2021, when Archegos was blinking out of existence and taking down all these banks and destroyed Credit Suisse. And now UBS may be on the hook for $1 quadrillion in liability. Like, who has an equity swap? No one wants it. No one's taking on that responsibility. What's going to happen December 15th when that thing expires? The global economy is $80 trillion a year, right? So we're looking at like, what, 8 times, like 13 times the global economy tied up into one equity swap. Isn't December 15th Fred Astaire's birthday? I'll blame him. Kelly Reed, has anyone seen the... Oh, yeah, so we did that one. Oh my God, with Dude with Nub. Looks like a Trust Me Bro post. Okay. Houston, good evening. Chat. That's Liddy. There we go. Antonio Baez is here. Avocados is here. Houston and everyone probably going to bed soon. Have a great show. Well, you didn't even go to bed because you just got gifted a membership there, Avocados. You're here. Kirk Wilson, Houston. Asteroids brought small amount of ice water to Earth. How do we end up with almost the entire planet covered with water? Because comets came as well. Lots and lots and lots of comets during the Earth's early formation, full of all sorts of volatiles. Water, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, methane, ammonia, are all tied up in those comets. We're in, how do I put this? It's the rocky planets had a limited number of volatiles compared to the gaseous planets. Gaseous planets had even more volatiles because during the sun's formation, it was harder for those things to remain solids when they're close to the sun. So we had a lot more rock, a lot less gases. And then you get past the asteroid belt where things are really, really cold, and those volatiles were able to maintain as solid bodies. And so they were much more likely to crash into big, giant things like Jupiter and stuff as they gathered up more and more material. But that being said, we still have a lot of it. We still have a lot of water. Uranus has 14 Earth masses of water. So Uranus holds a lot more water than Earth does. You can imagine how much water is in Uranus right now. There's 14 Earth masses worth of water. So they've got a lot more than we do. So we don't actually have that much, but it's a lot for us. It's more than we need. And it allowed us to have enough gases to fill our atmosphere and everything like that. So it wasn't necessarily the asteroids that did it. It was the comets. Lots and lots of comets. Okay. Cheshire. Houston. Is DK Butterfly out of bankruptcy? And is there an actual end date to know either way? What is to become of our shares removed from account? You're the best. Happy Thanksgiving. We don't know. We're speculating. We're in speculation station. Speculation station, I think it says down there. We can speculate. So, I don't think we get anything until the pump and dump case is done and gone. And then they'll be like, here's all the presents. If it wasn't for these lawsuits, if it wasn't for Neely Doss being a dumbass in bankruptcy court, I think a lot of the stuff would have been done sooner. But we got to wait for these little stupid things to get finished before we can see what the fruits of everyone's labor is, what the hundreds of millions of dollars spent in the dip and philo financing can do for us. Right? What are you staring at, monkey? Give me the weird looks, buddy. It's not time. It's not time. You like an hour from now, it'll be time. but not right now. No, it's not right now. Not right now, you special little dog. You little goofy dog. Chewing your bone. Those are your bones for. So it's got this little staring eyeballs here. Look at those eyeballs. They're just right there. They're just right there staring at me. Yeah, it's you. It's just slamming all over my finger with your nose. So here we are. Michael Aharo, Houston. Did you see the new Teddy book clues in Hebrew and $15 shelf clue? Yes. Okay. Money over Mayo. Oh, crap. I just reset. Money over Mayo was saying something and I lost him. There you are. PP show and now Houston show. What a great time to spend the graveyard shift. Keeping up, you late night people. It's, I'm sure you guys all went to bed at like 7 o'clock yesterday from all the turkey and gravy. And then you woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, took a huge nap at around 3 p.m. and now you're wide awake. That's exactly when I'm right there with you, man. Right there with you. There you go, floor dog. That's a good spot to be. Right there on the floor. And Money Over Mayo, I think it's time we're going to have the jumping burger intro. You're right. You're right. It was the jumping burger intro, and you nailed it. Bex Houston, happy birthday. What's the difference between moissanite and lab-grown diamonds, and why is it sparklier? Moissanite has a higher refractive index. So moissanite is silica carbide. The only places we found it were in carbonaceous chondrite meteorites. Carbonaceous chondrites are rocky meteorites that condensed out of the interstellar cloud I should say they call it the planetary, not planetary nebula. What's the term? It's the star birth nebula, the planetary disk. That's what I'm thinking of. So big giant cloud of gas collapses. It's 95% hydrogen, helium, 5% other stuff. And it starts to collapse. And inside that dense part of it where it collapses the most, that's where the star is born. And as it collapses, it starts to rotate. And as it rotates, it spins out this disk. And this disk is full of hydrogen, helium, oxygen, carbon, everything else you can imagine. And, sorry, microphone. When you get past, and you get in that dust cloud, you get a little ways from the sun, you can block out a lot of light from that sun because there's a whole bunch of dust in the way, and stuff will start to freeze. And some of the first things to sort of freeze and stick together are these rocks called carbonaceous chondrites. And you can imagine they've got carbon and chondritic material on them. The oldest rock found from our planetary system is a carbonaceous chondrite from Mexico. It was found in the 1960s. It's like 4.55 billion years old, which we're like, oh, obviously that's about the time the sun collapsed and formed a star. And so other carbonaceous chondrites we found are about that old. Inside those carbonaceous chondrites, we found moissanite. Now in the 1950s or 60s, they found moissanite in a lamprite formation. It's a diamond formation. Lamprite's a really rare volcanic rock in Wyoming. So Black Butte area near Green River. And they found some natural moissanite there. And then there was another similar spot, I want to say in Russia, where moissanite was found a few years later. And I think those are the only two spots where they found natural moissanite. Now, we make silica carbide all the time. We make computer chips and stuff are made out of silica carbide. It's really hard material. It's almost as hard as diamonds. But most of the silica carbide you'll find is moissanite, like stuff for stones. Those are made in labs. Because if you get the natural stuff, it's super rare, super duper rare, or it comes from even more rare asteroids. And the difference is lab-grown diamonds are diamonds. They're all carbon. They're perfect. Oh my gosh, all the chemistry terms are leaving my head. Covalent bonded diamonds. So covalent bonded carbons. They stack in these like perfect formations where every single solitary free electron is bonded to another atom and they share the entire lattice. And those have a hardness of 10. So like basically moissanite's like the second hardest thing that exists, but it has a higher refractive index. So they actually are more sparkly than diamonds. And if you have a natural moissanite, it's worth way more than a diamond. But you'll generally find moissanite cheaper than diamonds because silica carbide is actually pretty easy to make in a lab, whereas making a synthetic diamond's much harder because it takes really, really high pressures. So you have to have machines that can squish stuff to like 3 million pounds per square inch in order to like turn that carbon into a diamond. And so that's the difference you have in them. There. Ta-da! All right. Kevin Rannon, happy birthday. Got more snow tonight. Headed up again tomorrow. I need distraction from my developing foil addiction. But how many years is a quadrillion seconds? So many. Let's see here. Let's go to turn you off. We'll go to the calculator. All right. So we've got 365 days times 24 hours a day times 60 minutes an hour times 60 minutes a second equals 32. Wait, I don't think that number's right. That should be less than that because a billion seconds is, I think I did my numbers wrong. 365 days times 24 hours a day times 60 minutes. Oops, oh, that's why. Why doing doubles? Okay. My mouse is clicking twice and everything. That's what's happening. Okay, 365. Nope. Quite it. Clicking once. Quit clicking twice. 20? No. 24. There we go. Times 60. There we go. Times 60. There we go. Okay, 31 million seconds in a year. Done. Okay, and we got to figure out how many seconds get to a quadrillion. All right. So I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to clear that. I'm going to get a quadrillion. So there's million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. Okay. We're going to divide that sucker by that. And we're going to get, so we've got 31 million years. So it's going to take 31 million years to do a quadrillion seconds. That's a long time. So if you got to count, if you have that quadrillion euros in liability that's in that credit swap, and you have some poor bank teller count it out one bill at a time, it's going to take 31 million years for them to do that. And they won't be able to take a bathroom break, stop to eat food, sleep. That's if they're doing 24 hours a day. So they're doing it in shifts or something. Like as they're counting, somebody comes along and takes it and starts counting again. So 31,709,791.98 years. I'll just round that up to 2 because they're going to make some mistakes along the way. Then somebody's going to be like, I lost count. I'll start over again. That's a long time. So 31,709,791 years is 1 quadrillion seconds. So 31 million years ago was about 32 million years after the dinosaurs disappeared. So 2 quadrillion seconds, you'll get to around where the dinosaurs existed. That's 63 million years. And sorry, monkey, didn't mean to kick you in the face. That's what happens when you lay down there. So yeah, two quadrillion seconds ago, the dinosaurs were still alive. That's pretty interesting to think about. Can you spare 2 quadrillion moments? Weird. Right, monkey? And mouse, you suck. Sometimes if I turn it off and I turn it back on again, it works. We'll find out. Anonymoth, do you think we'll see equity this year or not? I think it all depends upon how soon they can quash that lawsuit. Like, if Monday comes around and the judge goes, yeah, BBBY, you're in charge, they could have a settlement done by Monday afternoon and filed. Like, done. So I think there's that's how fast I think they can do it. So it just depends on when the judge in that pump and dump case awards BBBY the plaintiffship. And dude, quit staring at me. You're freaking me out how much you're staring at me right now. So I think it comes down to that. If it can happen Monday, the case could be over Tuesday. So there you go. Ludicrous Speed. There's no way the stuff in Teddy books just happened randomly. The butterfly pretzels and the animals spelling out cash by the $15 sign have me pumped. The only question is, when do we get it? Yes. It'd be really nice to get it before I have to go to Miami, the PP show. Because I got tickets. Tickets for air miles. That's no problem. Otherwise, I think I'm staying in a youth hostel or like I have to rent a U-Haul and sleep in the back of it or something. Because Homeboy doesn't have any cash at the moment. Right? Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting, monkey. Everything's tied up in my plays and I'm just waiting. So, twiddle those thumbs. Just got to pay out before the 13th, man. And then I can stay at the New Fountain Blue. I think the opening's on the 14th, so I might not be able to stay there on the 13th. But whatever. I can be a scrub on the street for a night. Where am I? I lost my spot. Jumping Burger. I was Bex asking about sparkling things. Quadrillion Seconds. Lost Waves, what's your favorite musical mode? Mode? My musical mode? You might have to be more clear as to what you mean by mode on that one. Because, do you have a musical mode, monkey? Are you like Bossa Nova? I bet you'd be Bossa Nova. Yeah, you're a Bossa Nova kind of dog. I can see it. G-Phone. FY episode 400 estimated to be December 22nd. Maybe Santa Houston might make an appearance. When is what day of the week is that? December 22nd is, come on, is a Friday. And a reminder, Charity Tuesday is this Tuesday. We're raising money for Toys for Tots. I have a special outfit for you guys for Toys for Tots. Let's set records. I don't think Moas is happening before then, as we've got hoped that it was going to happen in October, and things just take so much longer than we thought. Oh my God. I just didn't realize that so many crumbs they could feed us for so long. It's just, my belly's full of crumbs. I want a meal. So we'll do Charity Tuesday, and hopefully someone said the PP crew was on board, jumping in and helping out on Charity Tuesday. So let's have it go huge. And, you know, the last time Charity Tuesday came down, we fed Monkey like 9 or 10 stinky chickens, and we raised $4,709 for Children International. So if we can break the record again, baby. This is our third annual Toys for Tots. We've done 2 Toys for Tots. I think total we've raised about $3,000 for Toys for Tots in 2 years. But let's see if we can beat that this year. I mean, we can crush all the previous years of Toys for Tots this time around. So we can have a bunch of kids celebrating, having some Christmas presents and joys and whatnot. All right. Lost Wave, what's your favorite Toy Story? Oh, man. They all blend together. I saw Toy Story 4. I saw in the theater. That's the one where they like lost in like a carnival. Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 1 are just this thing that blurs together. I mean, it's been spread over 30 years. I'd have to watch them all again to figure out. I just remember getting super teary-eyed in all of them, just being a blubbering mess. So, yeah. I hope his computer doesn't have to restart again. Oh, I'm at the beginning of the show. Yay. Slayer, Metallica. Slayer. Definitely. There's some Metallica songs I really, really like, but most Metallica songs, I'm like, meh. I'll take Slayer. Tool, Perfect Circle. I'd take Tool, but I'm not really a big fan of either. I don't know. Tool writes all their songs according to the Fibonacci sequence, and that just kind of bothers me. I don't know. They just I never heard Tool songs where I'm like, yes. But I'm like, oh, it's Tool. What I think is funny is that Maynard Keenan, is that how I say his last name? Maynard Keenan, is that he had huge stage fright. And I saw Tool once I don't know, like 1998 or something. And he was like under the stage singing because he was scared to be out and see people. And so he went to all these, like, not the record label or someone was like, dude, you got to go and like get over your stage fright. And he went to these like learn public speaking classes, which turned into like doing improv and comedy. So now the dude tours the country doing comedy shows, which is from 25 years ago, going to one of their band's concerts where he's like under the stage singing because he can't be in front of people, to now he's doing like comedy specials and stadiums and stuff. Is just so weird. But hey, way to go. Michael Harrow, Ryan Cohen is proving that making children's illustrations is a valuable skill set. Yeah. Yes, he is. And I want to know, like, is he drawing them or who's the artist doing it? Can we shake down the artist and be like, hey, let's have a conversation about why you were told to put these things in there? Or is it the pictures? I mean, oops, that's not the pictures. That's the pictures. The pictures kind of look like they're made using the clip art, like the construction paper clip out art that South Park does, like their computer program. So, I mean, they kind of look like that. Is Ryan Cohen doing the art? What's it say on the books? Does it say who the illustrator is on the books? If anyone knows, let me know. KYP Houston, shiny shirt tonight. Nice shiny shirt. Thank you. It's so shiny. It's really stretchy too. It's like, I can grow into this. I can eat like 10 more Thanksgiving dinners and really fill this thing out. And I got some other nice shirts today. I have no idea who sent this one. It's 2X. It's quite wide, but it's funny. So I think it's funny. And then Andrew Stewart sent me all sorts of great Hawaiian shirts and one shiny shirt to help round out the world's longest week. So we'll be seeing those in coming shows. Thank you, Andrew. It's always nice to go to the P.O. box and see cool stuff, right, Monkey? She's doing the thing where she looks at me and she looks at the stinky chicken and looks at me and then looks at the stinky chicken and then looks at me and then looks at the stinky chicken. I get it. I get it, Monkey. I do. I get it. No stinky chicken yet. The cheese, Houston, I'm erect. Good job. I've been erect since September 29th. Has not gone away. PC Legs, absolutely love the shiny shirt. Yeah, thank Michael Mystery for it. What's funny is when I went to Las Vegas last year for my friend's bachelorette party, we went to a drag show, and there was like 10 people at someone's birthday, and all of them were wearing the shirt. And then I got home from Las Vegas, and this was waiting for me in my P.O. box. I was like, huh, Michael Mystery knew that I saw those shirts, and I was like, I want that. Lots of ways, by Houston, I saw that shirt your boy Kenny was wearing. It looked like something out of your closet. Is he your roommate? Maybe this is why your elbow hurts. You've been taking bedposts by old Kenny boy. I'll be honest, I saw that shirt Kenny was wearing, and I was like, he shouldn't be allowed to wear that shirt. Only cool people should be allowed to wear that shirt. But I bet he paid 50 times for that shirt what I would ever pay for a shirt. So I'm not rich enough for that kind of stuff. Money over mail. Make a jumping burger emoticon for the community members, please. Ooh, how do I do that? I might have to figure that out, Money over mail. Because it was Marius who made the emoticons originally. And he's been so stuck helping take care of some family members who are ill. He hasn't had a chance. We haven't even had a chance to see him in the chat recently. So I may have to ask him how he did it. and then we can maybe make one. Brandon Wells, what is Martinelli's? Martinelli's apple cider. It's the delicious sparkling apple cider. Won a whole bunch of gold medals a couple centuries ago, and I've been bragging about it ever since. As a complete square doesn't drink, that's what I celebrate with. And I've got some chilling in the fridge, waiting for Equity Distribution Day, and I will guzzle an entire bottle and then completely sugar crash. Lost Ways, what's your favorite Rocky movie? I mean, as somebody who in his childhood was absolutely in love with Mr. T, it's just going to be Rocky 3 because Mr. T was my hero growing up. Like, I wanted nothing more than to spend every afternoon with Mr. T, having him like tell me wise things. It may not be the best Rocky movie, but it has Mr. T in it, and that's the only thing that's important, is that Mr. T was in a Rocky movie, and Mr. T is one of the greatest human beings to ever walk the earth. And everyone support Mr. T because he is a good dude. That's who Mr. T is. Just one hell of a good dude. And yeah, so it's gonna be Rocky 3 just because we're Mr. T. Beck's fabulous shirt, thank you. I called the Jumping Burger intro. You did, Money over Mayo. Can I read Houston? Do you think MOAS will happen, or will we get a long squeeze like Tesla? I think when it goes down, there's going to be no one who'll be able to facilitate a long squeeze. It's going to hit. It's going to hit hard, and they're going to get it over with. I think it's going to be a big bump. Prices are insane. I don't know. Government may step in and do a negotiated settlement if it's too brutal, but it will probably involve just vaporizing numerous billionaires who are in family funds and hedge funds, and printing by the government of oodles amount of money to take care of all their liabilities. But I think it's going to be quick, and I think it's going to be brutal. And by quick, I mean, several weeks and it's over. Not something that's going to go years long like Tesla. Tesla squeeze is a little different than most things because Tesla there's still a cult of personality around Elon Musk. And there's a whole bunch of like weirdo tech bros that treat him like a deity. And regardless of what the outcome is, they're going to sink every penny they have into it. And I think that's what's lending to like the long squeeze on Tesla more than anything else. It's completely devoid of fundamentals at this point. JP Morgan expects significant earnings per share downgrade, tells clients to pare back risks, wait for rates to go down for a reason. No such thing as a soft landing. Dan BBY, my brain. Frozen Day Productions. This is a shelf offering. We're getting $15 cash and equity. Shelf offering. Yes. Okay. Shelf. Shelf offering. They're on the shelf. I get it. Yeah. $15 cash equity is such a brilliant thing. It does two things. One, it makes it so folks don't have to sell right away if they don't want to. They can hold a lot longer because they got a couple years worth of income all of a sudden that just flowed to them, right? $15 a share. I'd be sitting pretty, sitting pretty with that kind of cash. It's not retirement money for me. I don't have enough shares for that, but it's enough that war rig's running, some things around the house taken care of. Maybe I finally buy a heat pump rather than have that stupid oil furnace. And I can live off of what's there for quite some time. So I can be patient when the numbers start becoming really crooked on a potential squeeze. And now here's what I'm thinking. We got which one is it? Not that one. Where's the nope. No. Where are you? One with the numbers. Dang it. Did I lose it already? Ugh. One with the Hebrew and the letters. Where'd you go? I have to go to this one. Give me the Hebrew. Where'd you go? Keep scrolling. I'll pop up eventually. There it is. Okay. Wait, that's a video. I don't want a video. I want oh, there it is. Okay. All right, this one. Get big. Okay, so here we got some interesting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers in here, right? 5 numbers. The book is all upside down, right? So you have to turn this thing upside down. Or sorry, the Hebrew was upside down, so you had to turn it upside down to be able to read the Hebrew. But maybe these are 5 companies. There's another price tag there. We don't quite see that one. So there's 6 companies maybe on here with price tags. And are those the prices of shares of stock that are going to be coming out of this thing? An interesting thing is, people have speculated that Elon Musk is part of this. He's part of the 5 guys involved. This whole thing is all tinfoil, right? But Elon did say that to expect SpaceX to go public in the next month. Now, if he's part of this thing, perhaps that would be in the next month, right? You can understand a $350 price tag for something like SpaceX. That seems like a very reasonable price tag for that company. $15, that's cash we could be getting. We got $40, $20, $40 for Lego, $20 for Toys R Us, $10 for Teddy. I don't know. Like, those could all be set in stone numbers that we have for what the valuation is going to be of these shares when they IPO via the SPAC that's been formed, the shell company. So, interesting. Speculation Station. Everything's plausible in Speculation Station. Stephanie L. How many siblings do you have? Are some half siblings? I have 6 siblings. 1 full sister. She and I share a mom. My dad's been married 3 times and has had kids with each one. So I've got 3 older siblings from his first wife. My sister and I are from second wife, and 1 sister from my stepmom, his current wife. I want to say current wife. That sounds like she won't eventually be his wife, but because they've been married for 30-something years, 33 years. And then we have 1 adopted sister. So I've got 2 brothers and 4 sisters, and we're spread out over about 30 years in age. The youngest is 31, the oldest is 59, so 28 years. Yeah, we're spread out. My dad's old, he's 87. It's in great shape though for 87. Yeah, so there you go. Dude, quit staring at me. Jeez, my knees. Is it because you want me to do something about the cat? You can do something about the cat. He just lays there. You just poke him with your nose, or just come up here. Come on here. Or whatever. Just, she won't stop staring at me. It's creeping me out, dude. It's creeping me out, little dog. You and your just silent staring face. Okay, Michael Harrow. Okay, Bet is saying that GME holder will probably get equity, but not cash. I agree. I think the cash is going to be for the BBBY holders. If they do some sort of reverse merger into GME, GME may get shares in Teddy or G-America or Bye Bye Baby or whatever as it happens. And Bill Massey, those loop ring toys to the left of the cash. Looks like it. There's 2 of them. There's a yellow one and there's a red one. I guess you can't see what I'm looking at. There's a yellow one and then there's a red one. These ring toss things. And then there's a couple of inflatable toys there. Yeah. I mean, choke that chicken. Fred Jones, was there a new S3 that was dropped? Edgar. What do you say, Edgar? Not that I see. I don't see one. View filings. I don't see any S3. The last filing is September 29th. There's been nothing filed since then, as far as SEC documents go. Anything in Kroll? Made some progress. Okay, don't know about Kroll because they're maintaining things. It's Saturday, early. They can maintain things right now. Huge unit. Spectacular shirt, sir. Thank you. Oh, Cameron Merz has got Blue Sky code up for people. Oh, also, if you want to send me Blue Sky codes for Charity Tuesday, by all means, send them to me. I'll take them. Maybe we'll have enough to, we can just, anyone who donates on Charity Tuesday can just get a Blue Sky code. We won't do a raffle or anything. Like, you donated? Blue Sky code. Donate Blue Sky code. I have, oh shoot, I got to send one to Pragwesh Dungal. Cut that. Let me do that real quick because I forgot to do it. Prawesh Dungal? Is that? Where are you? Come on. Before I forget, let's send this one. No. There it is. Okay. We'll send another one there. All right. So, gone. All right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I have 22 codes at the moment. I'm sure you guys will send me a whole bunch before Tuesday, and we'll have just a boatload of them for everybody. Yeah. So there was someone else who sent me one, and I totally forgot to put it in my pile. Is it that one? ANZ7. Oh, no, I got it. Never mind. I got it. All right. Talking to myself. Ignore me. Okay. Brandon Chandler. Is it me, or does the stitching of the bear head in Ryan's book look like a butterfly? Just be seeing things, but it's weird stitching. Oh, great. Now I got to look at the butterfly again. Which one was it? Wasn't you? It looks like a triangle to me. Here, this guy looks like it's kind of like a little triangle on the forehead. I don't see a butterfly on it, but you know, we're conditioned to see butterflies everywhere now. That they're everywhere. Bada bop, boop, pow. There you go. I peed in Kenny's pool. Haven't been here in a grip, apes. What's good? What's good, family? RWSGBSFMR? I don't know what that means. We sure got big smurfers. 70L, how exactly does monkey butt kill coyotes? Does she break their necks, rip their stomachs open? Oh, dude. So far, it looks like she pins them on their back and then rips their throat out. And with Snoopy, the one she killed with Snoopy, they kind of just ripped it in half. It was disgusting. Yeah. She just kind of, and then that's it. They're done. They're fighting back, but they don't make it very far. So she very much, whenever she's like at the dog park, every dog she plays with, she rolls them on their back and pins them. And if they're too big for her to roll on their back, she chases them and they run. And then she's faster than all of them. So she dives under their leg, like under their belly, and grabs their far leg and pulls. And the dog starts somersaulting. And then she gets on top of them and she does this weird thing where she flattens like a pancake and they can't get up. And she does that. I think she does that type of thing with the coyotes. It's brutal. The next round of coyote murder will probably be around March. That's when the young like year-old dogs start to venture away from the pack, and they haven't learned their lessons yet. And I think those are the naive ones that she tears apart. So they're puppies, they're young, and she just let them off. So do the companies that become a part of Teddy get Teddy shares, or is it only one way, i.e. Teddy getting shares of the company? You got me, man. On that, I don't know. Like, you'd think the benefit of a company being reverse merged into this is that company gets to use the Knowles, right? There may be a name change in the shares. I don't know. There may be share equity swaps. I won't say equity swap. That's weird because equity swap is something, but it's swaps of equity. I don't know. So Let's think about it. Right. Let's say a company like Lego is part of this. That's all speculation. There's nothing saying Lego is a part of this, but let's just say that they are, right? Lego is a $9 billion a year company. That would put their stock value for market cap somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 billion, somewhere around there. So about the calculator. Go to calculator. Blink. So we got $50 billion company, all right? And we've got 746 million shares. So that would put equity at about $67 a share. If they just did one for one, just like move the company. But the thing is that there's people who own Lego now. It's a private company. So you'd imagine that there'd probably be like 1 billion shares or more. The people who own it would move in. And they'd also want to sell some shares to make equity. So let's just say it's at 1 billion shares, 1.5 billion shares. So then you're looking at $35 to $50 per share on just Lego. And you would think that they would want more than just like having their shares out there trading around because they want to make money off, right? So they get the Knowles or some part of them. They would also get, the shareholders, the current guys are current private shareholders. They get a piece of Toys R Us. They get a piece of Bye Bye Baby. They get a piece of Teddy. They get a piece of GameStop. And so it just might be like one of those like snake orgies where you don't know who's doing who, but everyone's getting a piece of it. And then they come forward with the valuation of all this equity when it finally spits all out. And we know who all the snake daddies are. So yeah, $67 a share. I'd take that. That'd be pretty sweet. And then get equity in 5-6 more companies all in the same way. $20 here, $50 there, and so on. And then all of a sudden, these stocks, these Bed Bath & Beyond stocks that in September were shorted down to 7 cents, all of a sudden have hundreds and hundreds of dollars in liability attached to them, including $15 in cash they got to pay out like boom right away. Just sucks right out of their accounts. The broker just takes it and spreads that love throughout all the shareholders. It will be amazing. It will be absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait. I'm so sick of waiting. I've been waiting for so long. It's been 84 years. And I'm so tired of waiting. Tobias, thanks for saying fake it till you make it. It means so much. I mean, as we were talking about, one of the viewers lost their partner recently. It's true. Like, you don't necessarily know how to navigate life when you experience loss like that. And what you end up doing is you establish this routine and you just like put on a facade and pretend like everything's fine. And you kind of do that until everything is sort of fine. That's just kind of, I don't know. That's what I find that people do. Because again, no one knows how to navigate this stuff. And it's just, it's brutal, mate. It's brutal. Okay. I peed in Kane's pool. Nice shirt. Where'd you get it? I got it from Mystery Michael. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight. Who makes this thing? I can't read. What's that say? Joe Gall. That's what it says, Joe Gall. It's a Joe Gall shirt. Whoever they are. But yeah, Mr. Michael sent this along with some other pretty fantastic shiny shirts that we'll be wearing. Yeah, so I think he gave me 4 total. I wore the cowboy one that has like the really faint silver threads in it. It's like a plaid shirt. I got this guy. I got a couple of special ones. And dude, quit staring at me. Just, oh my gosh, just quit staring at me. Cover your face. There we go. You can't see her anymore. All right. BW Brand still haven't eaten was a great meal. Yes. Mike misses Snoopy. Snoopy, he loves me so much, but oh my God, that dog. Just, like, I think if I had to have Snoopy for a long period of time, I would be all gray at that point. I'm telling you, buyers, you should take the old ferries, string them together, and make a floating bridge. That's one thing. When I did my math classes, they built a new Evergreen Point floating bridge across Lake Washington. We can show you that. Boom. Oops. You go there. Google Earth, turn on. There we go. Okay, we're still in Newfoundland. We gotta go all the way back to Seattle here. So Seattle is basically shaped like an hourglass. We have Lake Washington on one side, Puget Sound on the other. So all this traffic has to squeeze through this area. And they've got two main bridges across Lake Washington. There's the I-90 floating bridge and there's the Evergreen Point floating bridge, which is one of the longest floating bridges in the world. They rebuilt this a few years ago because the old one was falling apart and needed to get rebuilt. And they rebuilt it for a price of about $4.5 billion. Okay. So this bridge is 5,000 feet long. It's about a mile long. The ferries, the super jumbo ferries, got any ferries in here? Any ferries out here? Any ferries in the heart? Here we go. Here we go. Here's super jumbo ferry right here. There's two super jumbo ferries. There's both of them in here. These are 440 feet long. So about 12 of these can cover the entire distance. End to end can cover the entire distance across Lake Washington. You put 12 of them end to end. Boom, 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 boom. Cover the entire distance. Now, super jumbo ferry has like 12,000 horsepower engines, 4 electric motors. There's probably 250,000 moving parts that can hold 2,500 passengers and 215 cars. And it goes back and forth across Puget Sound all day long. One super jumbo ferry costs $180 million to build. So if you're going to build 12 of them, put them end to end across this here. Let's see here. Let's just, oops, clear. So 12 times 180. So $2.16 billion. If you were to just build 12 super jumbo ferries, put them end to end, it would cost $2.16 billion. This is concrete. There are no moving parts whatsoever. They just pour concrete, some rebar, and that's it. Stick it together. I guess there technically are hinges between some of these things. So you got like 25 moving parts in this entire thing. And it costs $4.5 billion to just pour that much concrete and stick it there. Makes no sense. $4.5 billion, you could put new ferries on every run of the Puget Sound, which move just as many people as across this bridge, and are the #1 tourist attraction. Like, people are not coming to Washington going, oh, look at that floating bridge, amazing. They come to Washington, they ride the ferry, they ooh and ah at whales and mountains and shit, and then they hop off these little towns and they do their shopping for wicker and candles, and they get back on the ferry and ooh and ah at some whales and take a ride in the Ferris wheel when they get to Seattle. But like, this is just concrete. That's all it is. They just made a form, filled the form with concrete and rebar, and then stuck it on a barge and connected it. And it costs $4.5 billion to do that. So again, for $4.5 billion, you can basically put a new boat on every ferry run, rebuild every terminal, every ferry run, and then operate the ferries for like 20 years and not charge the customer anything. So it's pretty phenomenal. And then the folks here, their toll is like $1. So this thing costs like 20 times what it costs to run the ferry system. They pay a toll of $1. And meanwhile, if you're on the ferries, you pay a toll. A car's 20 something bucks, a person's $10, and it saves fuel. We did the math on this once. The full ferry gets the equivalent of something ridiculous. It's like 300 miles per gallon per passenger. Whereas if you're on the floating bridge, you are getting whatever the traffic is. So if you're in a car, it's 20 miles per gallon, you get 20 miles per gallon. So I don't know. I think some of the things we have to talk about with the governor and state legislature is that the ferry is the #1 tourist attraction. It's 70,000 people a day ride the ferry system. It's no small feat. It's the largest ferry system in America. Like, figure your shit out, man. Figure it out. Figure it out. Why don't you figure it out? Okay. Anyway. She's on the floor just staring. I'm just... Okay. Fine. Will you stop staring at me if I just do this? I don't know. You're staring at me for 46 minutes. One stinky chicken. That's all you get. Yeah, just one. That's all I have for you. One stinky chicken. All right, get up here. Get that stinky chicken. Oh, you're shaking. You're absolutely vibrating. Oh, no. You dropped your stinky chicken, you useless dog. You dropped it right in the trash can, too. All right. Some trash stinky chicken you dropped. There you go. Her legs were just like vibrating with anticipation. Frozen State Production speculation is the cash comes first, which I like. Fidelity is still clueless on what's going on. Talk to them today. Yeah, I would love cash comes first. I can go out and I can split the difference between GME calls and GME shares, and they go right, and get ready to ride that rocket ship, because everybody's going to be spending $100,000 on GME shares each, and they're all going to go in their Fidelity account, choose lit market, and go bonk, and the price is going to. This could be amazing. It all happened before that equity swap with $1 quadrillion in liability expires. Like, where did the quadrillion come from? How did you create that much liability? Antonio Baez, UBS. Didn't the Swiss government say 50 years of secrecy? I don't think they'll get 50 years out of UBS at this point. They might get the weekend. Maybe. B2B brand swaps are intended to be passed around until inflation makes them a trivial note. If they don't keep passing it around, their little scheme is going to fail. Bingo. Like, if they can't pass it around to somebody, and we know that these hedge funds are blinking out, these banks are going down, so they're losing partners all along the way, and what happens? What happens? Who is holding that quadrillion dollars in liability, and what is in it? Did they take all of 2008 and just pack it into one swap, and then somehow Archegos was the person holding it, and they sent it off to Credit Suisse or something? Like, what's going on, man? Avocado's awesome. Thank you. Just got into the comforter. We'll be here until I fall asleep. Excellent. Korean name. Wow, that explains early Santa rally this year. This person, Korean name, sent me a wonderful box full of all the ramen noodles you guys are talking about. Holy shit, they are so spicy. Every single one of them. I'm like, I'm dying. Oh my God. Just sweat pouring down my head as I'm trying to take another mouthful of ramen noodles. Holy moly. Like, I'm kind of a weenie, but this was like, whew. You folks eat this all the time? I don't want to consider myself a Mayo sapien. I used to be able to handle spicy stuff much better than I could when I got older. But my God, those ramen noodles are so spicy. The crackers, those little shortbread crackers, are delicious, though. Those things are delicious. All right. Chat reset. One sec. All right. After that, there's this person. Okay. My PK's pool. My anus is dry. Well, lube that sucker up. Frozen Productions. Forgot to tell you a couple weeks ago, I was walking the dog after work at 2 a.m. Pretty sure I saw myself drive by going home. X-Files. That'd be concerning. Walking a dog, and you're like, wonder where I'm going. Anxiety Lord, did you see that Derek Chavanagh got shanked in prison today? Yeah, bummer, man. Couldn't see that coming. Oh well. Moving on. Insert Jeremy Clarkson gif. Oh no. Anyway. For the productions I've seen, more experts saying we're living in a simulation. If that's true, does it matter if we try to prove this, or should we try to prove it and then what? I mean, if we're in a simulation, what's simulating us? That's the thing that will matter. Like, okay, we're in a simulation. Now what? Whose simulation? Who had the computer power to create a simulation like this? Like, how much computer power does it take to create a simulation that involves 250 billion galaxies or more, all with 150 billion stars in each one of them? Each one of those stars have 5 to 20 planets. Each one of those systems have billions of life forms. Like, did I create it? Is it in my brain or is it in your brain? Am I following what you're thinking or are you doing what I'm thinking? And if I'm doing what I'm thinking, why does everything suck so much? Is that really what my psyche is having us do? A Pete Cave pool were being suppressed by the mods. Well, on Wall Street Bets for sure, and Super Stonk. Those have been compromised for a while. Patrick Squires, no one showed up for Black Friday stores, empty and no deals either. I missed the memo. Yeah, I saw some pretty funny videos of like TV news crews at some store, and the lady like comes, opens the door, and there's like one dude waiting to come in. Like, I don't think people have as much cash to spend on gifts this year as they normally would. I mean, my family has moved to, we just do a white elephant gift because there's so many kids in my family, so many siblings. It just becomes ridiculously expensive trying to buy. So we just get one cool gift and then do a white elephant party with that. And that works great. J. King Houston, it's New York City and class is in session right now. It's education you provided us with many things. Oh, that class. Okay. MS Houston, what happens when the plunge team runs out of money? Shit collapses. I don't know what they would manufacture for money, if they would just print more treasury notes or what. But I do think that there's been a plunge protection team in one form or another propping up the market, and especially the big 7 tech stocks that make up the S&P 500, like a good chunk of the S&P 500, and that has been what's keeping the market afloat at this point. Yeah. At some point, the market's going to glitch. People will run to gold and bonds, and those suckers will start to boom, and the whole market money will just drain from it. And that's when the 401ks all implode, and old people are back like working at Walmart and stuff. That's coming. MS also returned from California, so lots of for sale signs. Talvin 4 posted a great image of. Okay, now I gotta go. Criminy. Gotta go, not there. Gotta go to Houston Wade. There we go. Posted a great image of all the for sales in oh, where are you? In no, not hot. Post. Just no. Post new. There we go. Ocean Shores, Washington. Where are you? What about GameStop, Cash, December MOAS, Toys R Us, Bed Bath, Thumb Twiddlers. Where are you? Talvin, where was that thing you posted? I can't see it now. It's gone. Oh, there it is. Let's set abandoned ship in Ocean Shores. So the Ocean Shores it's a resort community and also kind of retirement community. So look at the number of properties for sale here. This is absolutely ridiculous. Population of Ocean Shores like 10,000, maybe. Population of Ocean Shores, Washington, 7,114. Okay, so 7,114 people, and most of the homes here are like Airbnbs and retirement homes, right? I can show you where it is on the Google Earth here. I'm gonna turn Google Earth on again. Bam. So Ocean Shores, got Seattle. You go out to the coast. Ocean Shores is here. It's this Sandspit Peninsula that sticks out. And, there's a lot of homes in here because it's vacation area. During the summertime, this fills up with people. A lot of second homes out here. You go surfing. I come out here in the wintertime and mine beach sand for gold. So I go to Ocean Shores State Park, which is right in here. And you can drive on the beach, so you can see cars and stuff out here on the beach. And I go look for stretches of black sand. Let's see if there's any black sand we can see. Here you go. There's some black sand stuck behind this log here. But I go out and I mine black sand and I get gold and platinum out of it. But this is a pretty small community, and that many homes for sale tells me the Airbnb has died, that they're dead, that no one can pay the mortgages on their places. And a lot of these places, there's some like cool little canals, kind of like what you get in Miami, only it's cold as shit because it's Washington coast. So people can have like sort of waterfront homes and these like slurry little sloughs that come through here. But it's a lot of retired people, and they die. Then their kids are like, I don't want a house on Ocean Shores. And they don't know what to do with it. And then you have all these vacation homes, and they don't know what to do with that either. So yeah. What do you do with all of the homes that no one wants? Because, people rent them for a week, but now they don't have the money to rent them for a week. And then they want to, if they're going to go to Ocean Shores, they may as well go down to like Oceanside or something. Yeah. So pretty ridiculous how many houses are for sale. That's just bonkers. Some of these are land. You can tell like, $47,000, that's going to be a piece of land. 75,000 is probably a piece of land. 150K, that's a house, pretty crappy house. 425K, it's gonna be a nice house. And yeah, they've, probably waterfront for 750K, which is gonna be awesome until tsunami comes and don't exist anymore. But yeah, it's pretty wild, pretty wild. You aren't seeing this in Seattle area yet because there aren't as many Airbnbs. But I'm sure like every community in America that has a whole bunch of Airbnbs, you think you're like your Pigeon Forge and Branson and Orlando and stuff, you're probably having tons and tons of these things starting to pop up as mortgages reset, as number of short-term rentals just evaporate. Yeah, interesting. Talvin, interesting piece you found there. Jason Blackwell used to my grandfather used to date Mary Curie. She broke up with him. She said there was no chemistry. He should have worn a shiny shirt. Houston Mouse is double clicking. Yeah, I figured that out. Anxiety Lord Houston, you forgot about the ferry captain fell asleep and split the boat open like a can of sardines. Imagine being the lady in that car. Yeah, ferry collision is a rough one. I've had some pretty hard landings on the boat commuting over the years, but nothing where like they did the honk because the boat's not stopping and just into the dock. Those are brutal. And the New York, the Staten Island ferry that did that killed like 12 people when that happened. It was nuts. See, oh my God, dude, will I be getting snail mail equity, DRS? Good point. I don't know. You can keep cash in your accounts though, AST, right? Like the money comes to your account, it's in your account because you can buy and sell or computer share or whatever. That's a good point. I don't know. Call well, not with AST anymore. They're now with someone else, whoever. Call them. Ask them. Tremendous happy Thanksgiving. Happy birthday. Happy post-coma gravy train day. Good gravy. Jason had good jokes periodically. Does he though? Oh, Jason, I didn't see if you did a meme today. Did you do a meme today and I just missed it? If you did one, I didn't see it. It's a holiday. You can take the day off. Jason Blackwell. Oh, you did do a meme today. The meme last week is pretty funny, though. That was the story about Ocean Shores. Going gold mining at Ocean Shores, having all the retirees come talk to me about how their grandfathers were miners, and then I point out their grandmothers worked in a brothel. They don't really like that much. Anxiety Lord Tool played 2 shows at the Scientology Center in the late 80s. They've been around since the late 80s? Man. Lone Wolf, your shirt looks like my TV and I put my nose up to it. You get the 3 color pixels, you put your face up really close to it. Monomoth t-shirt was from me, thought it was funny. Oh, thank you, Monomoth. Hey, Houston. I have so many problems. This shirt is so wide. I'm gonna feel like I'm in my boyfriend's shirt when I'm wearing this. Thank you. Judgmentus Houston, as a hobby, do you think getting a pilot's license is worth it? I hear the cost for all flights is about $12,000. What hobbies would be more worth it or actually get you money back for that money? Gold mining? I don't know. Custom woodworking. We can build like really cool things for people. Epoxy tables and fancy armoires. I don't know. But when you're rich, you can't do hobbies because it's something to do. My friend Jesse got his pilot license recently. He works some sort of management position for corporate at Costco, Kirkland, or whatever they want to call it. And he got his pilot license over the last couple of years. Then he bought a Cessna. And that guy spends like all of his time just flying around. Whenever it's a nice day outside, he's flying around, taking pictures of different spots of Washington, talking about how I decided to fly to Lake Chelan today and do it then, have lunch. And then I flew home. He seems to really, really, really enjoy just kind of flying around. I have friends who are like pilots and they fly for work. So, you know, the money they spent on becoming pilots became their career. So if you want to become a pilot, you know, fly for a little airline or something in your retirement, go for it. You do that until you're 62, and then you can't fly anymore. Lost ways. Check out the movie Heavy Trip. Oh, so many movies I'm going to watch. Heavy Trip. Put that on the list. I don't know what it's about, but I'm sure it's heavy and it's a trip, man. Heavy Trip. Boom. Zines. Sorry, playing games. In the PP show, they show the 8K from DK Butterfly. It's an S3. 8K. The last 8K they have is from 929. I don't see any S3. There's no S3 on that one. No S3 there. And there's one from 920. 8K. I'm not seeing, oops, wrong one. We got a whole bunch of S8s that were filed. And those are securities to be offered to employee benefit plans, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. POSAR 1512G. Like they got some AKs there, but those are all old. Most recent AK is here. I don't see any S3s in here. I got AK current reports, September, 10K proxy, ownership disclosures. I don't know where they got it from, if they have it. Send me a link if you have one. I'll look at it. Matt Johnson, start selling them as deluxe Blue Sky codes. Yes, deluxe blue sky codes. So much better than your run-of-the-mill, quaint, poor people blue sky codes. Whale-sized snail. You should only be allowed to wear that shirt if you're the captain of your bowling team and it's disco night. Otherwise, jail. I am a bowling team of one, and I am the captain of that bowling team. So, yes. See, Anna loves the shirt. Deck P is here. Christopher Stedman is here. Lone Wolf, Glitch in the Matrix. Always. Christopher Stedman, thank you for sharing vulnerability as a strength, not a weakness. Thank you for connecting us this evening, really, universally. Thank you. It's maybe that's how we've got to connect sometimes, is through like sharing loss. But we've all seriously, we've all experienced it. And you know, it's, and like when it happens again, I will be utterly unprepared for it, and I'll go through it all again, and my brain will just be like, woe is me. But man, I do wish there was a way we could like truly train ourselves to figure out how to navigate that stuff. Because I mean, there are like counselors who specialize in loss. I have a friend that when she got her psychology degree, it was specifically for counseling children who lost a parent. That was her job, because her dad remarried and they had a kid, and the wife died of cancer when the kid was young. He was 8 or 10 years old or something, and she saw like how brutal it was on her little brother. And so when she decided to go do her psychology degree, she's like, I'm going to figure out how to like help families navigate this loss. And man, more power to you if that's what your calling is, because I'm so bad at consoling people. It's like, they're there. My brain goes blank. I don't have the someone gets a hatchet to the shins, I totally know how to respond to that, and I'm on it. If there's something emotional, I freeze. My brain just goes completely blank, and I'm at a loss. So more power to people who can do that. Give me the blood and guts. I can do that part, but not the emotional stuff. That's for sure. Sethide, Earth is flat. Saturnians tried to trick us with matrix simulation mumbo jumbo. Definitely. Augie, Houston. Do you know if the 2 dockets that dropped at midnight are significant? Crawl upside down. I did not see any, and it's still down for maintenance, I believe. Looks like we'll have to find out in the morning. So, because I did not see it. KYP Houston, so confused with BBYQ. Don't we have to get our shares back first? Explain the rest, please. We'll get shares in something. It might not be in BBBY. They might rename it. They might call it BYOB. I don't know. But we'll probably get shares in something. And they may fill out some sort of S4 that says, hey, the holders who had Bed Bath & Beyond, we're doing those reverse merger, SPAC, blah, 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 blah. DTCC, please issue shares for Bye Bye Baby, Teddy, GME, Lego, SpaceX, and Taylor Swift. I don't know. And you're going to get 1 for 10 on this one, 1 for 1 on that, 1 to 5 on this one, 5 to 1 on this one, and the issue, it'll be a giant mess, and this will be the valuation of each one, and blah, 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 blah. So I have no idea. We'll see when a document gets filed, we'll see. Until then, I honestly don't know. I don't know if they'll give us BBY back as new shares and then do all these other things, or if we'll be all at the same time. Not a clue. Deck P, Houston. Is the Fed still offloading its balance sheet, or is people team buying again? Happy birthday. Well, let's look. Federal Reserve Security Holdings. There we go. It peaked at 8-point-something trillion. Subsystem open market holdings. Is this one I want? It's at 7.19 trillion. So they've offloaded $1 trillion of it. $3 billion in the last week. So yeah, they're at 7.19 billion. So they're at 8.2 billion. So trillion. The trillion. So they've offloaded about $1 trillion worth of securities, right? In thousands, yeah. Yes, they've offloaded $1 trillion worth so far. So it is shrinking, which is interesting. Talvin 4, yeah, my jaw kind of dropped when I spotted that many places for sale on ocean shores. It's kind of ridiculous, Talvin. Kind of ridiculous. Elon Tusk, can we do more calculator BBY games? They're my favorite segment. I don't know, with my stupid mouse double clicking and everything, I don't know if that'll be the best thing. You look like Yogi, you look like Rainbow Road from Mario Kart. Bada bop boop pow, it's $1 trillion swap, not 1 quadrillion. No, it's 1 trillion. Let's see here. Where someone sent it to me. Who sent it to me? I think it texted to me. But let's see if I can find it. I gotta go here. I gotta go there. I have it from Iggy, maybe. Gotta scroll up. Okay. All right. Here we go. So this is the equity swap. Written in March 2021. Expires 12/15. Okay. So we got 0.99999. 100, 1,000, million, billion, trillion. So we're at, oops. Where'd you go? Come back. You see that? So there's the decimal points. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. So 999 trillion, 999 billion, 999 million, 999,999.99999. That's $1 quadrillion. Just round up. Quadrillion. Or euros, sorry. 1 quadrillion euros. It's in the currency. Yeah. Huh. Whew. Crazy, man. Event timestamp 1970. So this has been bouncing around since the 70s? What's been going on here? What's that even mean? What do you even mean? Yeah. 1 quadrillion. Burp. Diane B, I sent the link to your Reddit. It's an addendum. Thank you, Diane. I'll check it out here. All right, Reddit. Daniel. Team. There we go. Okay. Here we go. File Securities Exchange Act. Oh, you guys can't see because you're looking at me. Post-effective amendment number 3 to Form S3 registration statement under blah, blah, blah. Explanatory note. August 31st, 2022. DK Butterfly Incorporated. Formerly known as Bed Bath & Beyond Incorporated. Delaware Corporation. Blah, blah, blah. Amendment 2 in the S3 from February 26, 2023. Registration statement. That's post-effective number 3 of the registration statement. Company, it's on April 23rd. Blah, 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 blah. Filed Chapter 11. Entered into its order confirming the Second Amendment Joint Chapter 11 plan. Company expects the plan to be effective September 29th, 2023. Yep. The company has terminated all offerings of securities, which they had planned to sell some like $300 or $400 million, 3 to 400 million shares. So they canceled all those. And pursuant to the registration statement, as is undergoing an orderly wind down and liquidation process pursuant to the plan. In accordance with undertakings made by the company in the registration statement to remove from registration by means of post-effective amendment any and of the securities that remain unsold at the termination of the offering effective upon filing of this post-effective amendment. The company hereby removes from registration all of such securities of the company registered but unsold under the registration statement, if any, as of the date hereof. Yes, that doesn't seem like anything different than what we had before from when they removed all the securities. Are you sure that's new? That seems like old. Like they filed a document already that said, "Hey, any of the securities aren't sold. Get rid of them. We're not going to sell them. They're gone. We're doing this Chapter 11 thing." So, seems kind of boilerplate-ish. Human, a person. Cheers from Seattle, Houston. All the way over in Seattle. All the way over there. You're right over there. Seattle's right behind me. Godzilla is guys back to you as well. Hey, Larry Fitzpatrick's here. Fantastic. Haven't seen you in a while, Larry. Ted Bingham. Don't you think with all the time past Citadel, SEC, hedge funds, no ICANNs, Cohen play by now, if we know this much? Yes. And I think behind the scenes they're panicking. The SEC definitely knows because they objected to the plan in court. They're like, no, please don't do this. And the judge was like, it's happening. So the SEC knows full on what's going on. I'm sure there's several senators know what's going on. I'm sure there's several people in the Department of Justice know what's going on. I'm sure state's attorney generals know what's going on. But all of them can't talk about it legally. And so they got to sit there and keep their mouths just shut. And then when the shit hits the fan, they all go, oh my goodness, who could have seen this coming? When they've been getting served documents the entire time. Matthew, January 1st, 1970 is the equivalent time for 0 seconds when using time values in programming. The time epoch began at that time. Ah, okay, thank you. Ted Bingham, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food? You a gravy guy or not so much? Which dessert, pumpkin pie, pecan, or other? I'm a gravy guy. I look forward to gravy. Gravy makes turkey palatable. And I cover everything in gravy. The mashed potatoes, the stuffing, the turkey, the bread. Everything gets covered in gravy. I'm definitely a gravy guy. Favorite dessert? Of the desserts on Thanksgiving, probably pumpkin pie. With just an insane amount of whipped cream. I love whipped cream. Whipped cream... I know whipped cream is going to be the death of me someday, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it, that I can slurp whipped cream into my face. It is a fantastic concoction that somebody weirdly invented, and like, hey, what if I take this heavy cream, I beat the shit out of it and throw sugar inside? Oh, it's amazing. Thank you for inventing that, weird person who had time on their hands. Matthew, the swap is likely a fat-fingered error. It's a lot of error. It's like the cat sat in the 9 key while they were making that swap and posting it to the market. Ted Boom, how's your kitty doing? He's doing well. He apparently just needed a whole bunch more drugs on him, and he's been fine ever since. So you're doing all right, right, little fat guy? Oh, scratch him up. Good cat. Video brand for Unix specifically. For the 1970 thing. Word. Larry Fitzpatrick, will you ever get your Twitter account back? No. I'll never get it back. I've tried. They're like, no. You've done an unforgivable thing. You were mean to a Nazi, and we can't have that. So no. That's basically what happened. Gapito Felito, how are things in Ukraine going? Ukraine is still slowly clawing back land. 1 in 277 Russians have died in this invasion so far. 24,000 Russian soldiers have died. So yeah, 1 in 277 Russians have died. That's a pretty serious chunk of the population. And, another 100,000 have been captured. I don't know how many wounded. Most of the wounded get left behind because the Russians don't have any ability to do anything with the wounded. It's like, well, I don't have any bullets and I don't have any food, or so. Sorry, buddy. I guess you're going to lay there. Yeah. So Russia just passed their budget, and it's basically like, we fund military, and which everyone knows that any of the money that goes to the military just goes to a Russian general who has a new yacht on the Mediterranean, and not to actually like providing them with things they need. So not going well. Not going well at all. We banned so many good things to eat made by people trying to cook in the most degenerate way they can think of. Yep, I gotta do it once a year. Otherwise, it's just microwave burritos and ramen noodles for me, man. All right, Seek Stars sent me. Okay. Got 9 minutes left and I caught up. On a Friday night. I got 300 of you in here on a Friday night and I am all caught up. Weird. So, what do you think about that, cat and dog? Lucky I got a chicken. Now she won't even look at me anymore. It's like as if I don't exist. I got what I wanted out of you. Got anything else, folks? Anything else on your mind? What's cracking? Speculation station. We've done all the speculating we can do. We've got really pointed things written in the Teddy books. We've got UBS faltering, failing somewhere in there. We've got that weird equity swap worth $2 quadrillion. Yeah. Ted Bingham, if you consume 400 apples, would you die? I mean, that's a lot of apples. Are you eating the whole apple? Like, are you talking eating the seeds and all? Because they put the seeds in your belly. When they digest them with the stomach acid, it turns into cyanide. And I'm not sure how many seeds you have to ingest to... How many apple seeds become poisonous? A lethal dose of apple seeds. Just tell me how many it takes. Okay, apples are easy to cultivate. Have antioxidants. Amygdalin supplements cyanide when contact human digestive enzymes. Q toxicity is rare. They need some seeds. Okay, but how many seeds do I have to eat? According to Centers of Control, 1 to 2 milligrams per kilogram is a fatal oral dose of cyanide for 154 pound, 70 kilogram man. Most apple cores contain around 5 apple seeds. However, that will vary based on the health of the plant. You would need to finally chew and eat about 200 apple seeds, or about 40 apple cores. Okay, so if you ate the apple cores on those 400 apples, yeah, you're dying. So, Ted Bingham, you can only eat 40 apple cores and then you die if you're a 154 pound man. I'm at 215 pounds, so I might be able to do like 50 apple cores before I die. So there you go. Yeah. So there's your answer. It was in one of the episodes of, what show was it? Jason Bateman one. What's the name of that stupid show? The one on the lake. He's the accountant. We just visit Big Dick's halfway in is on that lake. The Ozark. There we go. Someone got murdered by ground up cherry pits in their coffee. Like, that's heavy metal. Cherry pits are big though. They're pretty big. So you got to grind up to a fine powder. And then you put it in the coffee. And then it goes in the enzymes and foam in the mouth and they die. Human ampersand pumpkin cheesecake greater than pumpkin pie. I never had a pumpkin cheesecake. So I can't tell you, but I love cheesecake. Yes. Matthew, reverse repo seems to be winding down. Seems like it will be 0 January, February. It's winding down really fast. This spring we're at 2.2 trillion. Now I think we're around 800 billion in reverse repo. And I think the reverse repo is winding down because banks need the cash. They don't have any money. So the whole point was there's too much money in the economy. We got to take it out. So we put in this reverse repo and hold it here. And now that the banks are feeling the pinch and they're running into liquidity and a credit crisis, that is getting drained really, really quick. So we've drained $1.4 trillion out of reverse repo in 5.5 months, 5 months, somewhere around there. Oof. Yeah. Yogi, we could talk Panasonic. Have you heard of Finex? Panasonic Finex. No. Panasonic Finex. Panasonic commercializes transparent conductive film. Achieve high wiring aspect ratio, contribute to production. Panasonic Finex. Oh, I can't talk about that because it involves metamaterials. You ding dongs, you know that. Anxiety Lord buying Black Friday stuff? Nope. Crazy Coasty Houston just found something tinfoil but interesting. Reddit from you Crazy Coasty 84. I gotta go find you now. You make me go find you. You Crazy. Oops. Crazy. 2 Z's. Crazy Coasty 84. Did I spell that wrong? You Crazy Coasty. I think I spelled that right? You Crazy Coasty 84. Cannot find that. People. How come I can't find you? I totally think it's 2 Z's. CRAZZY COASTIE 84. Crazy Coasty. Oh, did you actually put 2 Z's in yours and it's supposed to be 2 Z's? Nope, 1 Z. Because your YouTube screen name is 1 Z. Your Reddit one has 2 Z's. Crazy Coasty 84. Help me out here. I'm looking at this thing. There's 1 Z. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hasn't posted anything. You haven't posted anything. So, how am I supposed to it's 2 Z's. 2 Z's, no one for 2 Z's. Comments? You haven't commented anything either. All right, send it to me. Message me with it on Reddit if you're on there. Yours says you're on there, and send it to me. I'd love to see what crazy tinfoil you just found. Tom R, good morning from Germany. Happy birthday. I hope our BBY marathon is over soon and we don't stumble on the finish. Everything looks so prepared. I am sure we were right. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Oh my gosh. It's a good thing I'm doing Shiny Shirt Week because Shiny Shirt Week brings a smile to my face. And it's just a rainy, gross time of year, and you need all the smiles to your face you can possibly get. And shiny shirts will do it for me. I look like a razzle dazzle, I don't know. I do like a top hat with this shirt or something, and a cane. Matt Jones and I eat 1 apple seed a day to build up tolerance. Stephanie, in your opinion, are EMFs and 5G bad for us? Turn my Wi-Fi off at night just in case. It's not ionizing radiation, and it's not being broadcast at any resonant frequency. So, nah. Yogi Ozark was a great show. Ozark was a great show. I've only seen the first 2 seasons. I haven't watched the other ones yet, so I need to do that still, I guess. Yeah. Brontal recently learned about special relativity, and it's making me believe even more that we are in a simulation. Well, special relativity is a very weird one. I don't have time or the energy to break your brains with special relativity. But talking about relativity, I think it was the 8th week of my intro to astronomy course was relativity, and that's when I just destroyed brains. And those students, when they came out of there, they couldn't function for like a week. All the other classes are just like, they have no idea what they've done, how anything works. Their little brains are just on fire. And it's my favorite. Rose Productions, I want IEP calls, GME calls, GME stock, if and when I get BBYQ cash. Not financial advice. I just like the stocks. Word. We're all typo ridden. Yes. Yogi, did you pay attention to any pot stocks? I'm starting to build a position in Tilray, hoping for a run up when they reschedule, hopefully before the election. There's lots of talk about rescheduling, taking off Schedule 1 as a controlled substance, and then allowing folks to use the banking system with their drug money. We'll see. I'm sure they'll boom the minute they can do that stuff. People can like use their American Express card to buy as much pot as they want at their little store in Colorado or Seattle or wherever they are. But that was a long ear grown there. Scratching out your hole working out for you, monkey? Yogi's tier race is be a good one. It's diversified, owning some breweries, distilleries, also present in several countries. And also heavily shorted. Ted Bingham, what chip or food you eat, it makes your mouth orgasm. Me, it's sour cream flavor. Sour cream and onion's good. I am not a sea salt and vinegar fan. I think those things are fucking vile. I tried ketchup chips when I was in Canada last time. I don't understand the appeal in any way, shape, or form. You Canadians are weird. I think sour cream and onion might be the go-to. I mean, it's the worst breath chip you'll ever. You're not making out with anybody after you have some of those. No way, sorry. Like, it is a definite I will spend my life alone type chip. Could you eat a bunch of sour cream and onion chips? Like, hey, baby, come here. She's not coming anywhere near you. So you have to be prepared to be alone. So at least your mouth is orgasming because the rest of you ain't. So that's a good one to leave everybody on. It's been a couple hours. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday after dark. Shiny Shirt Week Day 14. This shirt is so smooth. It feels wonderful. I had like an incredibly hot woman in this shirt right now. I'd be feeling her up. Monkey Butt, you had a good one. Cat, you had a good one. Everybody else have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Hopefully some fireworks happen Monday. It'll be Speculation Station probably for the next 3 years. Just make it happen, guys. Have that Hebrew that says we're done be the thing, man. That's just right. That's all we need. Just that's it. We're done. It's over. Done. Money over Mayo. Do you think cash offering will be subject to tax? I'd prepare for it. Money over Mayo. Dan BBY, best frozen burritos. Don Miguel frozen burritos, if you can find them anywhere. I don't know if they're in business anymore, but that's who I used to get. But I haven't seen them in years. Anyway, all right. Houston needs to turn his brain off because it's late. Everybody, you have a great night. I will see you later. And peace out, Girl Scout.